We need to be able to describe the translation of a shape, and the way to do this is to choose a point, count the number of squares it's moved left or right, then count the number of squares up or down, and then check our answer with a different point. So here we're asked how many squares has each shaded shape been translated, and this is important because it tells us that they started with the shaded shape and then they translated it. So the way to do it, choose a point on the shape that you started with, so in this case on the shaded shape, find the same point on the translated shape, and then we're counting the number of squares left or right, so it's gone 2 squares to the right, and then it's not moved up or down at all, so the translation of this shape is just 2 squares to the right. And then of course we check our answer by choosing a different point, say this point here, and if we count 2 to the right, then we make sure we get the same point on our translated shape. Now we need to choose a point here on this shaded shape here because we started with the shaded shape, so let's pick this point here. Then we need to find the same point on our translated shape, so that's that point there. And then we need to count left or right, so it's gone 1 to the left, and then it's gone 1, 2 down. So we would describe the translation of this shape as being 1 square left and 2 squares down. And we can check with a different point, so if we choose this point here, it's gone 1 square to the left, so it's halfway between squares at the moment, so it's going to be halfway between these squares here, and then it's gone 1, 2 down, and we get the same point on our translated shape, so we can be confident that we've got the correct answer. Now the triangle has moved how many squares to the right and how many squares down. So again, we're choosing a point on where we started. So let's choose this point here. It doesn't matter, any other point, we'd still be able to work it out. But then we need to make sure we find the same point on our translated shape. And first of all, we're counting squares right or left, or right in this case. And we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares to the right. And then we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares down. So then we check our answer by choosing a different point, maybe this point here, and then we move 6 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we move 5 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get to the same point in our translated shape as in our original shape, so we can be confident that we've got the right answer here. Now sometimes you'll need to draw the translation. So here is a quadrilateral, a 4-sided shape on a square grid. It's translated so that point A moves to point B. We need to draw the quadrilateral in its new position. Now the way to do this is to work out how has point A been translated to point B. Well, they've gone 1, 2, 3 to the right, and then they've gone 1, 2, 3 up. So we need to do the same for every other point on this quadrilateral. So if we take this point here, we go 1, 2, 3 across, 1, 2, 3 up, and there's our new point. And for this point here, again, we're going 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 up. And this point here, we're going 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3 up. And now it's just a case of connecting our points. And so we've translated the shape we've translated the whole quadrilateral to its new position. Now we need to do the same thing. It's translated so that point A moves to point B. We need to draw the shape in its new position. So the way to do this is to work out how has it been translated. Well, it's moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and 2 down. So we need to do the same for the other points. So take this point here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and 2 down. This point here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, 2 down. And this point here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right and 2 down. And now that we've drawn our points, we can join them up to create our new translated shape.